Hello and welcome to my vlog. I'm Amelia and this is Sew Amelia, where I share all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. Welcome to today's video, which is another sewing week in my life. Today is Monday and we've just got back from a lovely morning out at the Natural History Museum. It's the summer holidays in the UK, and so I've planned a few days out, which is so nice now that things are opening up a bit more. So we went to see the Fantastic Beasts exhibition, which I can definitely recommend if you are around London or in London, especially if you have a Harry Potter fan in your house like we do. It was really great, and even my 5-year-old and 1-year-old enjoyed it as well. I think the 1-year-old mostly enjoyed going on the trains. But that's okay, there was something for everyone. So we're back, we've had lunch, and the children are in quiet time, so I have snuck up to the sewing room to just get a little bit of time up here. I find in the holidays it's a bit of me time and a bit of sanity time, which is really nice when I can get it. So my first plan for today is to finish up my Monika skirt. Now the Monika skirt is a pattern by Below the Coolfire, which is a New Zealand pattern company and one that I really enjoy using as a New Zealander myself. And I started on this Monika skirt yesterday. It's a very quick pattern. The instructions are fantastic, so I can definitely recommend it. I love this skirt pattern. It's got a lovely flat fronted waistband, so it's really flattering. Beautiful deep pockets. There are actually two options for pockets. I did these ones this time, which are secured into the waistband, so they're very secure, they're not going anywhere. But there are also inseam pockets in another variation in the pattern. And then there's this beautiful faux button band down the middle, and I just chose to edge mine with some red piping. This fabric was one I got in a Sew Hayley Jane box, and I actually made a little dress for my daughter and had enough left over to make a skirt for myself. So it's got a lovely flat fronted waistband, but the back has elastic, and despite trying it on throughout the making process, I've still made it slightly too big in the back. That's fine, it's not a big job. I just need to unpick that seam and to tighten up the elastic. But that's something that I'll probably work on this afternoon whilst the children are playing, or if we're doing a board game, it's quite easy to unpick things whilst we're doing a board game. So I'll unpick that back waistband and then just pull that elastic a little tighter and re-sew that. So that's my first plan for today. Now the second plan that I have for today to start working on is my smocked dress for my daughter's 2nd birthday. I made her a smocked dress for her 1st birthday last year, and it's a little tradition that I'd really like to keep going if I can. I have been given my mother's reed smocking pleater, which is so lovely to have that. She smocked a lot of dresses for us when we were children, so it feels very special to have that now that I'm making dresses for my daughter. However, I am largely self-taught because my mother lives in New Zealand, and I made so many mistakes on this one. I was really disappointed with how it was coming together, so I decided to purchase a sewing course by Gail Doan, who is an amazing smocker, and I've been watching that and it's just been so helpful. So I'm feeling a bit more prepared now to give this another go. The dress that I'm making my daughter is this one here. It's the Children's Corner pattern Lee dress. It's just a very simple yoked smock dress with beautiful Peter Pan collar and waist ties to cinch it all in at the back. It's such a lovely pattern. I've made one in every size so far, I think. So the fabric that I'm using, it's the same fabric as before. I just unpicked all the smocking because I was really disappointed with it. And I'm using this beautiful Liberty Tana lawn. So I have prepared that according to the video's instructions, and I am in the process of threading up my pleater, and I'm going to try and get that all pleated up this afternoon. So I'll pop back on this evening and let you know how I got on. Hi, so it's Monday night and I thought I would just quickly check in before I go to bed, and I did manage to get my dress pleated, so that's really good. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but I'm really pleased with the pleats. Yeah, they're really even, so I'm really pleased with those, but it did take me an awfully long time. I think I had to do it 3 or 4 times before I was really pleased with the pleats and before they sat quite right. So I do need to block the pleats to make them the right size for the bodice before I smock them. You know, when you've got a project that is quite intensive Sometimes it's nice to just take a break. So I thought tonight I just needed an easy win and an easy sew. And Monday nights is quite often a night where I can get up into the sewing room, and the children were exhausted from our trip into London. So they went to bed early and I took advantage and I came up here and I've sewn the Billy sweatshirt. So if you've seen my August sewing plans, you'll know I had this beautiful Atelier brunette jersey fabric. It's really lovely and soft, but it's not as thick as some others, but it'll be a really nice extra layer, and we're meant to have quite a lot of rain this week. So I did manage to get this cut and sewn up tonight in about an hour and a half. So the Billy jumper is a very quick and easy sew. I didn't get much more done on my Monika skirt tonight because we had a lovely afternoon of just playing some board games and watching a film together on the sofa. So hopefully I'll get that done over the next few days. Alright, so I'm off to bed now and I shall see you in the morning. Good night. Hi, it's Tuesday night and I've had a little bit of time today. You will have seen from the footage that the children played really nicely in the park this morning. We had a lovely sunny walk after breakfast and I took my Monika skirt with me and got some time in the park to do a little bit of unpicking that elastic waistband as well as playing with the children. And then over quiet time I managed to shorten that elastic at the back and to sew that back in. So that's great, that job's finished. I'm just waiting on the buttons now. I also got the pleats on my smocked dress blocked. So that's great, and I steamed that, so that's just blocking upstairs, and I'll hopefully get a little bit of time tonight to start some smocking, which would be really exciting. Well, the other thing I want to do tonight is to trace and cut out my Sandpiper swimsuit by Helen's Closet. So this is the pattern here, and I'm going to make view A, which is this one here. So the full top and the full brief swimsuit. I'm quite excited about this and a bit apprehensive because I've not sewn swimwear before, but Helen's Closet patterns are really, really good, I've been told, and have very clear and helpful instructions, so I think that should be quite helpful. But tonight's job is to trace out that pattern and to get started on cutting out the fabric if I have time for that. Now tomorrow's meant to be a sunny day, and as it is the summer holidays, I'm planning to take the children on a day out to Ightham Mote, which is a National Trust property near-ish to where we live. It's one that they absolutely love exploring. It's got a great nature play area for the children. So I'm not sure how much sewing will be done tomorrow because that's a full day trip, and I'm sure when I get home in the evening I'll be pretty tired out from taking 3 children to a National Trust property. But it's always such a fun day and it's really worth it. So I may pop back in tomorrow and do some more sewing. I also may not see you until Thursday. So bye. Good evening, it's Wednesday, and as predicted, I am quite tired from a busy but lovely day out today at a National Trust property with the children. But I think I'm quite tired and I don't want to sit at my sewing machine and make silly mistakes. So instead I'm going to do some hand sewing on the sofa. Now I finished my Monika skirt, I fixed up the waistband at the back, and this is it, it's finished, which is really exciting. And I had my buttons arrive today from the swagman's daughter, so I'll show you those. The first option is this beautiful big silver button here. So the second button I got was a seashell button. So it'll be slightly more subtle, but I actually think I like this one more. This was the one I popped in my basket at the end because I thought, oh, what if this statement button is way too big? And I like this one. I think I prefer the seashell, so I can sew those on tonight. And the other thing I want to start working on is the smocked dress. So I have my blocked dress here, and I'm going to choose some colours from these beautiful floss braids by Sarah's Classic Sewing. So I'm going to use a variety of colours from these 3 braids that I've got from her. So that's my Wednesday night, and I'll check back in with you in the morning. Hi, so it's Thursday night, and I did manage to get a bit of sewing done in nap time, and then I've done a bit more sewing tonight. And I have actually done about as much of the Sandpiper swimsuit as I can do at the moment. So I have sewn together the lining and the fabric. So there's the fabric and there's just the lining on the inside. That's the top. So there are the bottoms. So it was actually quite tricky sewing the power mesh. The swimsuit fabric itself was fine actually. I had practiced that on a piece of the swimwear fabric and it was fine. The power mesh, I needed to overlock the sides of those before putting them together. For the top stitching I'm going to have to think quite carefully about what I do for that and practice that, but that's fine. All of the edges are now basted together. What I did realise after rereading the pattern is that I don't have the correct elastic. I do have the clear elastic, but it's not the rubberized one that is for swimming. So I thought it was the right one, but it's not. So I've had to order some more of that this afternoon. So I think sadly that is about as far as I can get on the Sandpiper swimsuit this week because I'm not sure when the elastic will arrive. But I'm really pleased with how it's turning out so far. I did try it on and it fits, which is really exciting. I think that's just where sewing is so magical. I can make two totally different sizes for the bottoms and the tops and know that they are going to fit, which is just so nice. So I'm pleased with those. I'm going to set them to one side and have a think about what project I'm going to start on next. I will see you tomorrow. Hi, it's Friday. I can't quite believe it's Friday, but it is. This week has sped by and I've had a lot of fun with the children this week. I hope you've enjoyed seeing some footage of what we've been getting up to. I am up in the sewing room because it's quiet time in our house. And I didn't think I would be today. I fully intended to be downstairs cutting and tracing the iris tee today. I ordered this swimwear elastic from Fabricland yesterday afternoon and it arrived in this morning's post. So I am so impressed with that customer service. It's incredibly quick delivery and postage. So I now have my swimwear elastic. I have never sewn with this kind of, oh dear. I've never sewn with this kind of rubber elastic before, so I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm doing. I have been watching a few YouTube videos while I've been tidying up after lunch. I'm still feeling a bit apprehensive, but I'm going to give that a go. So just before I get sewing, I thought I'd stand up and give you a little quick peek of the Monika skirt which I'm wearing today. So I think you'll just be able to see the button. So it's nice to be wearing that today and have one of my August makes finished, and I'm looking forward to carrying on with my Sandpiper this afternoon. Hello, it's Saturday. And it's been a really rainy morning and I decided to take my middle son out to the movies. We were well overdue for a mummy date and so we went off to the movies this morning, which was just lovely. And now that we've got home, the sun is out, which is really nice. So everyone's in quiet time and I've just stolen a few minutes up in the sewing room. And I thought I would start by sharing what I finished last night, and that was my Sandpiper swimsuit. So I'll show you the top, and here it is here. And it's a bit higher at the back, which is really nice. I was really pleased with the finish on this. I was quite nervous about the top stitching, but actually, I hope you can see that, it's turned out really nicely. I was surprised. I have to say the instructions from Helen's Closet were exceptional. They were so helpful and there were lots of little tips along the way which really made sewing this a pleasure. So I tried it on last night. The top fits beautifully. It's the perfect fit, and the band underneath the bust just gives a really good fit, and I don't feel like I'm going to fall out or go anywhere, which is important when one is running around after small children at the beach. Now I did finish the bottoms as well, and here they are. They look enormous, but they are a really good fit, and again I'm just so excited to be able to make bottoms that are a different size from the top, so everything fits. I feel really confident in them, which is really, really nice. I'm super pleased with these. They are a very wearable toile and I will be wearing them when we go on our beach holiday. So then I'm left with what to work on for today and tomorrow, and what I originally thought was that I would cut out the iris tee and start working on that. However, what I thought might be better use of my time in the weekend, especially as I don't have a lot of time, is rather than starting a new project, I think I'm going to work a little bit more on my daughter's dress for her birthday. So I've cut out all of the pattern pieces, so like this is the collar, and I've got other bits like the sleeve and the sleeve band, and then I've also got the back skirt and it's finished off with a placket. So there are little bits and pieces that I can work on, and when I've got little bits and pieces of time in the weekend, I think those are quite good little projects. Hi, it's Sunday evening and it's the end of my week in sewing, and I just thought I would catch up on what I have managed to sew this week. So the first thing I did get finished this week was my Monika skirt, so I'll just hold that up for you. So that is all finished and I'm so pleased with that. I wore it the other day. I love the red piping. I think that just brings out the red in the pattern, and I'm really pleased with those seashell buttons that I got from the Swagman's daughter. The second thing I managed to sew up this week was my Billy sweatshirt. We've had really bad weather in the UK this week. It's been quite chilly and rainy, particularly in the evening, so I actually have worn this one quite a bit. So that's it there. I absolutely love the fabric. I put on a little Rosy Cheeks label, which I'll just show you there. So nice. And it's so snuggly and soft to wear, and it's the perfect weight sweatshirt for cooler summer evenings. I really liked that. So I think it will do really well going into the autumn as well. So I'm really pleased with that make, and I have worn it already. And then the third thing I got sewn up I showed yesterday, and that was my Sandpiper swimsuit. So that fabric there. Really pleased to have got that one sewn up. I'm not sure I'll get the other version of it done before we go away on holiday, but that's definitely on my list of things to try and cut out in the next week, and to see if I can find some time to get that sewn up. So then I finished those three things, and I wasn't expecting to get through those this week, and I wondered what else I should do. Now I have been working on the smocking this week for my daughter's smocked dress. So I've done about half of the smocking on that, and so I think I'll probably get that finished in time for her birthday. I'm encouraged. It's been quite a good one to just pick up and do a few stitches on when the children are all settled and playing nicely, and then I can put it down and then pick it up and do a bit more and put it down. So it's quite a good project to just sort of have on the go in the background. But then because I'd finished all of the other bits and pieces, I thought I would just get a head start on sewing up the other little bits of her dress. So the first thing I did yesterday was to make some piping, and that's there. I did manage to get both collar pieces done with the piping just to go around there, and then I also did the sleeves, and these took a little bit longer. I did these this afternoon, so again I'll hold that up. You can see that I piped right next to the sleeve binding or the sleeve cuff, and then I've popped in my gathering rows here ready to sew that into the bodice once I sew that up. So I really hope you enjoyed following along with me this week as I got those little things sewn up. A few nice quick and easy projects, a lovely new to me sewing technique and pattern with the swimsuit, and just pottering along and making some slow but very satisfying progress with my daughter's birthday dress. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay happy, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye bye!